On that note, let's stay on the subject of the heartbeat of the Cleveland Cavaliers. So obviously it's his 14th season, and LeBron joined the Road Trippin' podcast on his Uninterrupted website and talked about how he's addicted to that process you're talking about of trying to become the greatest of all time.
I just told my wife the other day that I apologized to her. She was like, "What are you apologizing for?" I said, because the journey that I'm on to want to be the greatest to ever play this game, or the point where no one ever forgets what I accomplished, I've at times lost the fact of how important you are to this whole thing. Along this journey, while I'm playing this game, that there will be times where I'll lose the fact of how important you and my 3 kids are, my babies are, because of how indebted I am on trying to be cemented in something that will last forever.
Stephen A., what do you make of those comments?
Not only do I think they're completely honest, very profound, and I'm grateful to hear what LeBron said, not just because of his honesty about it, but it echoes things that I've heard from Hall of Famers. And by the way, you don't have to be a professional athlete to make sacrifices. No. I live it every day.
Of course.
You know, I remember Hall of Famers like primetime Deion Sanders, Isaiah Thomas, and others. During this Hall of Fame speeches, they literally thanked their family members, loved ones, while apologizing because the sacrifices that they made, the selfishness that they had to display, was what they felt they needed to do in their pursuit of greatness. It's that kind of commitment, that selfishness, that stuff that insulates you, that takes you there. You know, to a lesser degree, Max, me, you know, getting a little bit personal, my family gets on me all the time because they'll see me, but I'm in and out, and I'm constantly a road warrior, and I'm gone. You know, I'm in and out all the time, and I don't blink. Why? Because I got left back, and I was like, this ain't happening to me no more. And everything that I do, I'm in constant pursuit of greatness.
What do you mean you got left back?
I got left back in the 3rd grade, got promoted at the end of the summer to my right grade, went to the 4th grade, and then got left back again for the whole full damn year. Had dyslexia and all of that stuff. This is a story that a lot of people know about me because I don't hide it. My point is that ever since that day, I've made sure wherever I graduate from, it's with honors. And whatever I do, I'm in pursuit of greatness. And no matter what it is that I'm doing with my personal life, I am an individual that if I'm not successful at what I choose to do, no one around me is happy because I'm not happy because I'm failing at this. That's how I look at life. Everything is about, it's not even about the achievement. It's about your pursuit of it. I could sit up there and fail at something and know that I gave my all. But if
that's how you survive losing all these arguments every day.
I'm glad you think so. But for me, if at any time I think I've left a stone unturned, then there's something inside of me that's sick. And there's nothing that can lift me up from it because you're in pursuit of it. And I never understood it until I was watching Prime Time during his Hall of Fame speech and Isaiah during his Hall of Fame speech. And then again, I'm reminded of it yesterday, listening to LeBron. It's that sacrifice. People who love you get it, but you still owe them an apology because you don't, nothing else moves you to that point.
And tellingly, maybe, the greatest of all time, really in any sport, Michael Jordan, basically was still so competitive that he used his Hall of Fame speech to berate everyone, all his coaches and his family and everybody. He's still killing everybody.
Yeah.
There's a movie called Searching for Bobby Fischer about a chess prodigy, Joshua Waitzkin.
I saw it.
Yeah. Good movie.
And
he was really talented, and his chess teacher, who watched him play one day at a young age, thought he could be the next Bobby Fischer, who at the time, he's been surpassed, but at the time was considered the greatest chess genius ever. And the movie's really about a decision that the parents had to make. Do they want him to lead, the kid to lead, a normal, healthy, well-adjusted life, or do they want him to pursue becoming the greatest chess champion who ever lived? Because you can't do both. I mean, maybe someone can. Maybe kind of like Magic Johnson came closest, right? To being a guy everyone likes and being well-adjusted and still being arguably the greatest ever. But that's a real mean feat. Usually, it doesn't work that way. You have to be willing to sacrifice the people around you and leading a normal life if you're pursuing greatness on that level, not just Hall of Fame,
right?
But you're chasing the ghost of Michael Jordan, LeBron James is. If you're trying to become the greatest ever, then your life will not be normal and the people around you will suffer most likely.
It's whatever you define it. Like, for example, I'm not comparing myself to LeBron James, Isaiah, Michael Jordan, or anybody else.
But you could connect to it.
But I'm just saying you can connect to it based on your own individual pursuit. And the reason why it moved me so much and is so profound, because when I look at my life and I think about people around it, whether it's people that I work with, people that I work for, or even family and loved ones or whatever, it's their level of understanding that help get you through because they know what you're made of. And then to reciprocate, you might have somebody in your life that's pursuing greatness. You're not sitting there and telling them you want them to make you the priority at the expense of what they want, but you do have to find a way to squeeze it in there just to remind them they're important too. It's just that in this moment, it's what I have to go through. And I just can't say enough to know the Maverick Carters, to Rich Pauls, to Randy Mims, to, meet LeBron James' wife is phenomenal. She's a lovely
clearly
woman.
She's a special woman.
She's a lovely, special woman. But when you watch these folks around him, it's a beautiful feeling to see. They get it. They get it.
They got to her.
They get it.
Yeah, you don't get there by yourself.
Let me tell you this. If they didn't get it, you ready for this statement? And I'll end it with this. If they didn't get it, Max, he wouldn't be LeBron because they would be a distraction.
Right.
Yep.
They would distract him. And as a result, it would take away from something he's feeling.
This is not someone who's simply career-oriented or goal-oriented. Right. This is someone who is trying to become the greatest ever in maybe the most competitive thing on planet Earth. Basically, it's barely hyperbole to say almost everyone on planet Earth who can play in the NBA is playing in the NBA. Yeah. And he's trying to become the greatest ever at that. That's something different.
And it sounds like he has a great team around him off the court as well that helps him, achieve that.